What's going on, guys? So I just reached level 76 recently, and I wanted to share my tips that I found most helpful leveling up from level 1 to 70. Now that I'm level 70, I'm doing mostly dungeons, but I wanted to share my tips for 1 through 70. So starting off, number 1, and I didn't do this early on, but get the horse. It's I did a lot of side quests early on, but I should have been doing the campaign, and I think around Act 3 or 4 you get the horse. So focus on that first, because that increases your speed a ton. Now you could do your campaign, usually you're going to be around 45, 50 at that point. And then you want to get to World Tier Nightmare as quickly as possible. I waited a little longer, but it was so worth it once I got there for the experience boost, as well as the better gear overall. I'm still using some sacred gear on my character at level 76, just because the stats are really good. So keep that in mind. Number 3, use waypoints efficiently. Now, I just did side quests and I didn't really focus too much on waypoints. I was just running through the world exploring. But if you really want to be efficient at leveling, get the waypoints, and then any quests nearby, just travel to the waypoint and then just run from there, rather than, run all the way and then waste time in the open world, if leveling is your main goal. So number 4, do side quests and events on your way to whatever quest you're doing. So this will give you a lot of experience, it'll give you good loot, and sometimes it'll be like nearby players. That'll give you an extra XP boost for a nearby player boost. So if it's out of the way, I don't normally do them, but if they're on the way, 90 to 100% of the time I do them. One of the things I didn't do, which I should have done, was craft elixirs or use elixirs, because I get so many from quests, and incense once you reach level 65. This will boost your damage and also give you a nice little 5% XP boost. I always forget to use these, but if I would have used them at this point, I'd probably have like 3 more levels than I do now for the 5%. Another mistake I made that you guys can learn from is Altars of Lilith. So I just made a recent video how important these are, other than just the stats. Look in the little alcoves in the map and you'll find them. I made the mistake of doing this last, so I had to go all the way back and then find the altars again. Luckily I had my horse at this time though. Another thing you probably don't want to do is replay the same dungeon over and over and over early on, because then you're missing out on the first time renown rewards. And the renown rewards are beneficial early on, but even more so later on. You get the skill points, you get the paragon points, and there's a lot more bonuses than meets the eye when you're first starting out. So make sure you do all the dungeons as you can the first time. So number 8, and I kind of just mentioned this before, but complete the renown rewards for every region. This will give you the paragon points and allow you to reach legendary nodes more quickly, which will boost your damage and survivability. And there's just a ton of benefits there. So you definitely want to focus on that. And this brings me to number 9. And a lot of these things are similar, but focus on damage and kill speed with life on kill. Usually you could find this on the helmet, so be on the lookout for that, because there's so many mobs, and regardless of your class, you're going to be killing a lot of monsters at once. And each of them gives you a good amount of life on kill. And this way you don't even have to spec to like lifesteal or anything like that on your skills, and you can just focus on damage. And then finally, number 10, once you hit level 70 by doing all these things, you're going to start crafting and doing dungeons. So for any dungeons you don't like, you could just salvage the sigils for sigil powder, and then you can craft ones that you do like. But I would say try each dungeon and see how you like it, and then after that, look for, when you craft them, look for the specific ones that you want, with the, if possible, the most beneficial affixes on those. So that's what I'm doing right now from 70 on. I completed all the renown rewards. And just to recap, I got the horse, finished the campaign. Once you hit around level 50, 48, try to get to Nightmare difficulty as soon as possible. Use waypoints efficiently. Do side quests and events on your way for XP and loot. Always use elixirs for the XP boost, as well as like you know, whatever it is, increased stats or whatever you want to do, increased critical strike. Use math to find the Altars of Lilith as you level, rather, so you don't have to go back once you hit level like 60, 70 like I did. Don't min-max gear before level 50 because all is pretty much replaceable up until this point. Avoid replaying the same dungeon and do first completions for a Renown Award. Complete Renown Awards for every region for their Paragon points and skill points. And try to spec for damage and life on kill because that will help you in the long run. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to comment with your tips below.